Hey, hello. Good evening, everybody. So, I just want to make this quick video to share my thoughts on why the Players Championship should be the fifth major. Now, this comes from me watching a podcast on Hank Haney's podcast. Hank, I admire Hank. I think he's been a great coach over the years, Coach Tiger. Anyway, Hank is espousing making the. I guess he's had a change of heart according to what his previous thoughts were. He's espousing making the Players Championship the fifth major. And I wholeheartedly agree with him. Players Championship should be the fifth major. Problem is that it's a PGA Tour event. So making the Players Championship the fifth major would mean either excluding the live players or bringing them back. So I think that's something that needs to be considered. Now, then the other half of that is, or another point of view is, well, that's going to disrupt the major count. Well, yeah, it's going to disrupt the major count going forward. However, originally, the four majors were the Open Championship, the U.S. Open, the Amateur Championship in the U.K., and the U.S. Amateur. Now, Bobby Jones has, I think, 9 majors. But if you were a professional, you weren't eligible for the Amateur Championship in the UK or the U.S. Amateur. So guys like Sarazen, Long Jim Barnes, Walter Hagen, and those early pros who were between barnstorming and doing what they had to do to put food on the table were not eligible to play in those 2 majors. Now, I've read quite a bit of stuff from that era. One of the books I read, one of the books that cites the some of the tournaments that they considered majors was like Byron. I think it was Byron Nelson, How I Played the Game, and he mentions that the North and South, the Western Open, and to a certain extent the Met Open, Metropolitan Open, New York, or the Met section, were considered majors. So I guess it's just a matter of a point of view. So if you're not eligible to play in it, if you're not an amateur and you want to play in a major championship, then or you want to consider it a major win, I think it was just based on how much money was available. But today, the Western is the Western Amateur, which is an amateur event, and the North and South is also an amateur event. The Met Open is still the Met Open. And then in the 50s, they came back, and George May, and if you want to listen to the more about that, you can go on the Al Barco interview. He talks about him getting his start as a caddy at Tam O'Shanter. George May had this tournament called the World Golf Championship, whose purses were 10 times any other event on the PGA Tour. By default, that makes it a major, right? So the Players Championship has the strongest, had the strongest field in golf with the advent of LIV and PGA separating or I guess you can call it poaching players or whatever. It's probably not as strong without the LIV guys, but it's definitely an exciting tournament. Great golf course. It's a great layout. It makes for theater entertainment and theater golf, and it always comes down to those last 2 holes, and it's great. It's just like Augusta. Well, I mean, in terms of excitement. And so, yeah, I don't see why not make it the fifth major.